And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the New York Mets taking on the Baltimore Orioles. First pitch coming your way next. So just about set now. And on the hill in this one, Tomoyuki Sagano. What do you have on him, Siggy?
Well, what quickly stands out to me for this guy is that he comes in with a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio on the season. So when you consider consistency, the ability to get swings and misses, and to limit base runners, that's critical in winning games today, especially when teams are depending on the big swing, the home run, to win ball games.
That one drifts inside.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Fly ball down the line. O'Neill on his horse. Makes a nice running catch. And there's one down. Here's a Mets lineup now. This is one of the best teams in the league when it comes to drawing walks, Chris, so we'll probably see a very patient approach from them.
Yeah, Boogie, that's often what leads to a lot of runs scored. You get runners on base, you work that pitch count up for the opposing pitchers, and then you take advantage when they make mistakes. You get into that bullpen. You can tell that everyone up and down this lineup just comes in with a great plan of attack, a lot of patience, just like you said.
And 1-2.
1-2.
Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. 1 out, base is empty. That one is absolutely belted. That's back. And it's into the bleachers. Out of here. A solo shot. It's 1-0. He absolutely feasts on right-handed pitching and devours that one for a homer.
And you can see that's what he expects of himself at bat after at bat. He's that confident. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
One down. Juan Soto up now for the Mets. That misses. And it's 2-1.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
And that's a little bit high. And the count is 3-1. Bouncer to second. Bounces into the outfield, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Batting fourth, first baseman.
Here's Pete Alonso. A little out front there as he swings through it.
2-2.
Soto leads off first with 1 away. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
Here's Jesse Winker. 2 outs. And strike 2.
Well, lots of pitches thrown in this first inning. It's kind of that nightmare scenario for starting pitching. But you know what? It's still early enough. He can settle in. He can get some length if he just cleans up his mechanics a little bit.
Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. There was nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped, caught out in front, and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, inning over, and it could have been worse. But they're off to a good start as they pick up a run on this solo shot. It's now 1-0. Back after this on the show. Back here in Baltimore, getting the nod on the mound, David Peterson.
Well, he's been a real quality starter for his club, and coming into this one, what stands out for me is that right-handed hitters have really struggled, batting below 200 on the year. It seems that they have a hard time picking up his release point and tracking the ball into the zone. So we'll see how right-handers do against him in this one.
Number 21.
Now it's the DH, Jackson Holliday.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, it's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
That one down the line. Now the throw to first on the run. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Well, as an offense, you want to get the crowd involved right away. Get that good energy working for you, but this time the defense does it for them. Always a great opportunity when you can get your leadoff guy on base to start the game, and it doesn't matter how it happens.
No outs, runner at first. And into the box for Baltimore, Jordan Westburg. Here's a 1-1. Ball.
This is a great dynamic right here. Speedy runner at first, thinking about taking second. Catcher with the pop time that leaves Jaws on the floor. This might get interesting, Boo.
That's way outside. 3-1.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
And ball 4 to a board.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson. And fouled off. Just misses there. Now this is in the air down the line. Nimmo ranging after it. Brings it in. And there's one away. Time now to take a look at the Orioles lineup put together by manager Brandon Hyde. And the challenge for this lineup today, Singy, finding a way to have success against the sinker ball.
Yeah, it's a tough pitch to hit, Boog, and even harder to elevate. Got to set your sights a little bit higher when you're at the dish. If they're struggling with it, I'd expect them to make some type of adjustment. It won't take long to see how well that sinker is working today.
At the belt and fires. Swing and a miss. Going to count 1 and 2.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If you can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit. The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Inside. And the count's even at 2. Holliday over at second. Westburg over at first with 1 away. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Batting fifth.
Ramon
Third
Urias,
baseman.
the next to hit for the Orioles.
Urias.
Swing and a miss. That's a strikeout. Couldn't hit the fastball at the knees.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back now at Oriole
Leading
Park.
off to the
New
Mets,
inning getting
third
started.
baseman,
And stepping in for New
Ronnie
York,
Mauricio.
Ronnie Mauricio. And now two
That's a
balls and a
ball.
strike. Swing and a miss at a slider. Making the calls behind the plate in this one is Woody Keller.
Yeah, and Woody does a pretty good job back there, Boog. He's got a pretty fair strike zone most of the time. Maybe some inconsistency here or there, but usually he's back there doing a solid job.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. What about some no-nos? Like, you can't call the umpire blue the way you do in Little League or high school, right?
Yeah, even in the minor leagues, you'll learn quickly. You call the umpire blue. You better learn his name, and that's just part of being a professional player and even a major league player.
Next offering upstairs.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off.
There's a swing and a drive. And that one's gone into the bleachers. He circles the bases. It's 2-0. He kept swinging, and it paid off.
Well, that was a battle, Boog, and he just kept taking his cuts. Finally squared one up. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Luis Torrens up now for the Mets. Next offering is in for a strike.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Fights that one away, still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Laser could be trouble. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in there
He's in there.
safely.
Well, a swing like that can help you come
Batting
out of this
ninth,
struggle. We
second
saw the
baseman,
numbers
Brett
coming into the
Beatty.
ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. On the ground to the
That's
left.
ball.
And foul ball. Runner at second, nobody out. Got him swinging.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just
Now
needs to let
batting
the ball travel a little
left field,
more, and his timing will be
Brandon
back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. This one in the air, right field. And that'll fall for a base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners
Now
with
batting,
one out.
No, he didn't get much of that one, but it's going to look like a line drive in the box score tomorrow. He clearly didn't catch that one on the big part of the bat, just kind of muscled it out there. And, you know, on the mound, it can be pretty frustrating for a pitcher, but you just kind of have to expect those to drop in there sometimes.
Now the Orioles manager is out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Tomoyuki Sagano gives way, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching.
Righty
for the
reliever out of the
Orioles.
pen, Brian Baker.
He's
Number
having a
43.
ton of success facing left-handed hitters this season, so
Baker.
this seems like a smart move to turn to him with a lefty at the plate.
Here's Francisco Lindor. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1-2, the count.
Torrens, the runner at third. Nimmo at first. One gone. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. The shortstop
2-2.
takes the ball. The 2-2 now. Swung on, belted. That's back. And that one is gone. Touchdown, Utah Street. Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 5-zip. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spit on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Here's Juan Soto. Here's a 2-1. Tap foul at the plate. Still only one out here in the inning. And it remains 2-2.
Great swing and solid contact. Just a little too quick. He's got to stay back a little longer.
One down, base is empty. Good job to fight that one off. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. And it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout.
Well, that's pretty much the dream two-strike curveball if you're the pitcher. Hard downward break at the very end that just dips below the swing path. And they say pitchers want to try to bounce that pitch right on top of the plate. So that was exactly what he was looking for on the mound.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a line drive ripped right center field. O'Neill brings it in for the third out. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And the lead is now 5-0. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Bottom of the second. Here's Tyler O'Neill.
Right fielder, Tyler O'Neill.
That's a strike. Nowadays, with advanced metrics and increased use of moving the infielders around, defense isn't necessarily about making errors. Are you able to get to the ball? Are you able to position fielders where hitters hit the ball, but within the new shift rules?
And an area that goes unnoticed is the coach that's responsible for positioning, and then the research person that's providing the information. So what we're seeing in baseball, so many more people behind the scenes that are contributing to the success between the lines.
So up next, Colton Cowser. Pitch misses there, 2-1. Back when you played, it wasn't the empirical data we have now. It was a guy with a ruler and a diamond taking a colored pencil and drawing a line where he thought someone had hit the ball, right?
That, or just going off of gut or feel. What does it look like his swing is today? What's the pitcher throwing? They are sticking to the metrics and what seems to be most consistent for that hitter, regardless of who the pitcher is on the mound.
Outside
Ball.
low. And now it's 3-2.
Full count.
Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That one's got a chance. Onto the track, and he makes the catch.
Outstanding catch right there. And I
Batting
love the
eighth,
commitment
first
that he
baseman,
showed. He knew that the wall was close, but was
Mayo.
determined to make that catch, and a nice calculation of just how much room he had to try to minimize that contact.
That one found hard the other way. 2 outs. And a ball evens the count. Stays alive. 2 outs, base is empty. That's outside, and the count is filled up. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. 3 up, 3 down that time. We played 2 full. It's the Mets 5 and the Orioles nothing. And we're back on to the 3rd inning. And now here is Jesse Winker. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Got him swinging for the strikeout. He swung over top of the curveball.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Now here is Travis Jankowski. Kowser on the move to the gap and puts the squeeze on that one. 2 up, 2 down.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Two down, nobody on. And that one missing inside, a sharp slider. Fouls one off. 2-2. On the ground, right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the Mets as they are unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Ready to go for the last half of the inning.
Orioles.
Jacob Stallings now.
Jacob Stallings.
2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Line drive, caught. Some great baseball history here in Baltimore, and obviously those great teams led by Jim Palmer and the skipper Earl Weaver. Obviously so many great players. Brooks Robinson at third, Frank Robinson back in the day, and then Eddie Murray and Cal as well.
I was told before I came to play in Baltimore that you're going to be around the best fans in baseball. Those names that you mentioned, they had success on the field. I played here 1 year, and still, when I come back to visit, I'm recognized in this city.
Blows the high heat past him. That's a strikeout.
Thought it was a pretty good pitch. Top of the strike zone. We're seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
2 outs. And now 2-1. I think one of the other things about coming here, they do such a good job of honoring their baseball history. The warehouse out in right field, the statues, really just the entire ballpark reeks of history. Makes you feel like you're in the middle of a museum while you're watching a game. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Soto moving under it. And that'll do it. Nothing doing here this half. 3 innings complete. It's the Mets 5 and the Orioles nothing.
Now pitching
Andrew
for the Orioles.
Kittredge taking over on the mound.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And welcome back to the ballpark. John Shambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Luis Torrens. Out to short, Henderson. 1 up, 1 down.
Talk about being able to dial up the velocity. That first baseman over there might need a little pad inside that first baseman's mitt.
Brett Beatty up now for the Mets. Pitch misses.
No, that's out.
And a count 2-1. One down, base is empty. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one carrying and gone. He sends it out of here. Home run number 10 on the year, and they boost their lead. It's 6-0. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Lightning fast hands to be able to hit that velocity fastball on the inside part of the plate. In my experience, when you're looking out over the plate, allowing the ball to travel, it's pure reaction to hit a pitch in that location. That's a tremendous swing.
And now Brandon Nimmo. Urias slings to first, and there's 2 down.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
2 outs, base is empty. Francisco Lindor digs in now. And that one hit to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 6-0 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
Do you collect baseball cards?
You know, when I was a kid, I used to put them in my back tire of my bicycle so it would sound like a motorcycle. Probably ruined some good cards back then, but don't really have much of a collection. The other day I came across a binder that my wife had in one of the drawers, and my son's got some baseball cards. So we'll be looking to see if there's any kind of retirement income in there.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
That's a nice at bat and a great take on 3-2. Probably could have gone either way in that spot around the knees.
Man at first, next to hit, Ramon Laureano. On the ground, right side. Nice stop from his knees, the throw. And very nicely done for the out.
Look at how he dives right there. Is able to pop up to both knees. Not enough time to get to his feet, but he threw a cannon across the diamond to get the runner.
And next for the Orioles, Ramon Urias. Man at second. Falling behind 2-1. So my dad told me that he had a bunch of Mickey Mantle rookie cards and a whole bunch of valuable cards, and his mom tossed them because, what did she know? So I made my mom keep all my baseball cards, and I really don't have any that are valuable. And that story stunk by me. Anyway, next offering misses, and that's ball 3. And ball four to a board.
He's making things difficult for himself right now out there on the mound, but you know his confidence should still be high enough to get out of this, but he's gonna have to buckle down right here.
And into the box for Baltimore, Tyler O'Neill. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
1-2.
The Orioles still looking for their first hit in this one.
Ball.
In the dirt, blocked. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Two on, one out. Keeps the at bat going with a foul ball. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Now batting.
Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Cowser.
Next offering away upstairs.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
The 3-1. And that is out of play. Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's up to 7 strikeouts.
Couple of strikeouts with runners on. Sometimes you got to really bear down, and he did just that. Nice job of getting out of the jam and out of the inning.
Ready now for the 5th inning. Juan Soto now.
Juan Soto.
The next pitch misses. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, these Mets, simply put,
2-1.
are producing a lot of quality swings. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Right through there for a strike.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
On the ground, right side, and it goes just foul. Scorched to center. No doubt about it. That is long gone. He'll circle the bases. His 22nd homer of the year, and they add a run. It's 7-0. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. For a pitcher, the odds are in your favor if you keep that breaking ball down. That time, he got punished for it. Hitter just did a really good job of staying within himself and getting the barrel to the baseball.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Andrew Kittredge done for the night. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching.
So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Orioles, Felix
Number
Bautista.
74.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
Pete Alonso up now for the Mets. The 1-1. He swings and fouls one off. That misses. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that's
Full
down
count.
and away. Battling here as he fouls it away.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That's ball
Take
4.
your base,
Tried
ball
another
4.
fastball, but missed the spot.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a
Up
3-2
next for the
pitch, and I
Mets,
tell you
the
what, he
designated
earned that
hitter,
walk.
Jesse Winker.
Man at first, nobody out. Jesse Winker, the next to hit. Swing and a miss. That one at 99.
1-2 the
Now
count.
1-2. Just
That's the
misses
ball.
the mark outside the zone.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
Swing and a miss. Bautista gets the strikeout.
Boog, if you can set up a good 2-strike splitter with the fastball
Up
on the
next
previous
for the Mets,
pitch, it's going to be
center
so
fielder,
tough to
Travis
recognize and adjust your
Jankowski.
swing to get a piece of it. Clearly had him reaching for it right there.
Travis Jankowski up now for the Mets.
Nope. Ball. 2-1.
And that's through there for a strike. And now 2-2. That's a
a
little bit
ball.
low. Alonso
Full count.
leads off first with 1 away. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. And ball 4,
Ball 4,
2
take your
aboard.
base.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count,
Now
but I
batting,
guess he saw it
third
really
baseman,
well.
Ronnie
It's a really
Mauricio.
nice plate appearance.
So first and second with 1 gone. Ronnie Mauricio now. One out. Runners at first and second. Next pitch is outside.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
Next
That
pitch
missed. That's the
just
ball.
misses, and it's 3-2.
Count's full.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're
Up
pumping
next
high
for the
90s,
Mets,
you'll get away with
catcher,
some of those,
Luis
more margin
Torrens.
for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
Ground ball left side, and it stays fair. Alonso is waved home. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single. It's 8-0.
Up next for the Mets, second baseman.
Now a
Brett
chance
Beatty.
for Brett Beatty. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. Another homer. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. It's 11-0.
Well, he took the split finger that was away and stayed on playing with it nicely. That's one of the most difficult pitches to square up. He just did it, and right there, he was a professional hitter.
Now the Orioles manager is out of the dugout, and he'll make a move to the pen. Felix Bautista is done, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching
Coming
for
on for the Orioles, Yennier Cano.
And he's
Number
had his struggles
78.
so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
So 2 down. Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Hee-haw! 1 ball, 2 strikes.
High fly ball out into left center field. Laureano trying to get there. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is that. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. Home half of the 5th coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Now it's going to be Kobe Mayo. The 1-1 is fouled off. Liner, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Now batting.
So
Catcher,
next to hit for Baltimore, Jacob Stallings.
Stallings.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Swing and a miss as he was late. Stirring in the bullpen for the
1-2.
Mets. Clay Holmes appears to be getting loose. Stanek also throwing. Mayo gets his lead at first with nobody out. And there's a
That's
ball.
the ball.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand.
balls,
Just
2
spit on
strikes.
it.
And a swing and a miss. That's his 8th strikeout of the game.
Now batting.
And next is the designated hitter, Jackson Holliday.
Holliday.
On a strike, the pitch. That one fouled off. The lefty closing in on 100 pitches. Next offering is downstairs. Man at first, 1 away. And a good eye
Count is
there.
full.
And they'll do it again.
Well, it's a really good pass of the ball right there. Just a little bit too quick. He's got to find a way. Just let it travel a hair more.
And ball
Take your
4
bait,
to
ball
aboard.
4.
Well, he's starting to look a little gassed to me, and
Now
we'll see if they
batting,
go to the bullpen
second
in this spot or
baseman,
not.
Jordan.
And here comes the Mets manager to the
Westburg.
mound. Pitching change coming.
Now pitching for the New
Taking
York
over
Mets.
on the mound for the Mets, Clay
Number
Holmes.
35.
And as relievers
Clay
go,
Holmes.
he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
First and second, 1 out. Now it's the second baseman, Jordan Westburg. Next one
Nope,
misses,
ball.
and that's ball 3. There's a
Yeah.
strike.
Count is full.
And that one lifted in the air center field. Jankowski has a beat on it. He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
Orioles down to their final out. Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit for the Orioles. Two outs. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. The Orioles down to their final strike. Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the ball game.
Well, we saw complete domination in this one. The offense exploded for a blowout, and then the pitching staff nails, locked down the opponent. This team did everything right today.
11-0 your final score. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.